It doesn't get much more remote than this. When the Guardians first created the Green Lantern Corps, they divided the universe into 3,600 sectors. This is Sector 3,599. And I hear 3,600 is just an empty vacuum. Something wiped it out a long time ago. So, I'm on the outer edges of space, maybe the very edge. It's colder here, quieter, and darker. I don't think there are stars beyond this place. At least I can't see one. There's not much of anything around here. But there is life. And as the only Green Lantern still active in space, it's my duty to protect all of it. Every sector. Even if I can't understand a thing they're saying. They keep chattering, repeating the same words, I guess. You're welcome, all right? I'm sorry, I'm not too good at foreign languages. I failed 9th grade French. Look, I'm going to go now. Thank you. I wish I could understand what you're saying, but Language 1456 of Sector 3599. Translating to language 945,342 of Sector 2814. You can translate? And speak? I thought only John's ring could. Translation complete. Parallax. What? Parallax is coming. To another beautiful Sunday at Mountain View, California, for the Mofe Field Air Expo. Wow! What kind of planes are those? They're F-15s. I used to fly one of those myself. No way. Back when I was in the Air Force, and one turbine shaft failure knocked me out of the last one. Lit right up like a Roman candle. Weren't you scared? Should have been. Oh my God! I have to help. This is not what we are here for. It is now. Saving this man is a waste of time. He would have been welcomed into God's kingdom, reunited with his father. While here in Italy, a boy rides his bike through the night and is struck dead by a drunk driver. The murderer has been arrested and imprisoned, but that is not enough. He must feel his insides pop open, as his victims did. His rotten soul must be crushed like the boy's skull. That killer will taste the vengeance of the Spectre. No, I won't be a part of your sick and demented justice. I won't cross that line, the line you crossed when you destroyed the core, when you became Parallax. You are seeking redemption. You must continue to. You must help me fight it. Fight what? I don't believe in vengeance. I'm not you. We know. You're us. Green Lantern. Parallax. The Spectre. We are one. And this union is for the good of not just us, Hal Jordan, but the universe itself. This pathetic, fear-filled universe. The beginning. The universe. I've been told it was a magnificent place back then, full of wonder and adventure, and even romance. Defenders from 1,000 worlds patrolling their respective sectors, each one wielding the most fantastic weapon in existence. For billions of years, the Green Lantern Corps lit the darkest ends of space. They were the manifestation of hope and achievement, of righteousness and force of will, until one of their own destroyed it all, and the light of the Green Lanterns vanished. Almost. Highway Mill, New Mexico. Have you lost your mind? I'm not going in there. I don't want to get shot. The base has been deserted for years. All those stories about UFOs in Groom Lake, it was just the government testing stolen Soviet planes. They had so many, the pilots used to call it Red Square. You don't believe in UFOs, do you? So what kind of plane is that? I don't know. Please. Northern California. I just want to take a look around. It's still on the market and Yes, I've been out here a lot lately. What can I say, Gil? I grew up on this airfield. I can still smell jet fuel burning. I can hear the roar of the turbines. You should come out here sometime. It was my childhood. Dad and I watched them take off every day, all day. I don't think so. I can't. When I took over for him, I stopped looking into the sky. I kept my head in the accounting books. And that's when it wasn't fun anymore. That's when I didn't care. I didn't care what happened to this place. This wonderful place. Carol? Carol, are you all right? I'm fine, Gil. I'll be fine. I'll call you when I leave. I love you. I love you too. The Bronx, New York City. Still not sure why you think a baseball game is gonna help him. Speaking of which, are we gonna head down or float up here all afternoon? The first inning already started. Stop backseat flying, guy. I would if you knew how to fly with that thing. You point and glide like a freaking ballerina. Just think and the ring'll take ya. Stop trying to look good doing it. Trust me. There are only two people I've ever trusted in this world. Well, I'm one of them, right? No, guy. Who? The kid? Kyle? Yes, Kyle. And Hal. I used to trust Hal. Our rings could be out of power. We could be trapped on the edge of a black hole facing off against evil star. But if I looked Hal in the eyes, if he told me we were going to get out of it, I always believed him. I miss that look. Evil Star? You worried about a guy like Evil Star? That's not the point. Look, Jordan had stones, I'll give him that. But it wasn't nothing special. Then why are you here? You kiddin'? These seats are great. You miss the ring. Come on, you miss being a Green Lantern. Really? And what's your role as Green Lantern with the Justice League, huh? You're just a good little soldier, Stuart. You let that Dark Knight tell you what to do. You never even challenge him. I know how it's run. I used to be in the League myself. The League isn't a dictatorship, and Batman's hardly calling the shots. That's what he wants you to think. When Jordan first gave you that ring, you had guts. You spoke your mind. You did what you thought was right. That's why you were chosen as a Green Lantern in the first place. Then you made a mistake and you stopped trusting yourself. Had to look to others to lead you around. You threw all your willpower into being an architect. And now all you think about is how things work, instead of why things work. That's plenty, Guy. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is, you're dead wrong. I don't miss that ring. I don't miss the Guardians and their stupid rules. I don't miss always having to prove I'm the best one out there. And I sure as hell don't miss being forced to live up to some higher code of universal ethics. My Valdirian powers, laced in my genetics, they've brought me back from the brink of death, even during that interplanetary war crap. That and my good looks make me stand out on my own. They make me more than just another Green Lantern. I'm Guy Gardner, warrior, screw the core. Eloquent as always. Honest as always. Here's another piece of truth for you. Hal's not gonna show. He's not even human anymore. He died. He's a ghost, literally. You're right, Guy. These are great seats. Jordan, where did you... Sorry I'm late. I'm just glad you made it. It's been a long time since I did much of anything I used to. I appreciate the gesture, John. Just want you to know you still have friends. I do, pal. And acquaintances. Hey, beer guy! I used to love baseball. The Coast City Angels were quite a team back in the day. My dad used to take me and my brothers to every home game. I never forgot the Angels' motto, carved into each one of their baseball bats. Aim for the stars. I need to tell you something. I'm sorry, do I know you? I need to tell you, I'm a sinner. Ah, sheesh, here we go. I'm embezzling money from the office, and I have been for years. I lied to my wife. I committed adultery. What the hell is going on? Can't we just enjoy the... I cheated on my taxes. As much as I want to, I can't stay here, John. The spirit of vengeance, it won't give me a break anymore. Hal, wait, we can... Star City, the home of Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. Hurry it up, Mia. Just give me another minute. I've got to get my mask on before we go play Robin Hood. You see the spirit gum anywhere? You remind me of Dinah, you know, Mia? It took her forever to put on those fishnets and that blonde Where are you? I know you're here, you little... You're down here, aren't you? My power device can sense you. You can't hide. You can't. Yes, you are here. Oh, God, what a beautiful sight. All those years of relying on the ring to provide my weapon with power, when I should have just taken the ring itself. Ugh! You picked the wrong damn house, Black Hand. Black who? One of Lantern's old losers, kid. Ollie? Hal, speak of the devil. I've been wanting to come see you. I just hoped it wouldn't be like this. Hold on, all right? Let's cuff Black Hand and we could go talk. I'd like nothing more, Ollie. But that's not what I'm here for. The Spectre must deliver vengeance. No! William Hand, you let your jealousy of your family's own success rot your soul. You have stolen that which is not yours. Countless times you have attempted to murder friends I care about, all in the name of gaining recognition from a family that doesn't love you. But in truth, your heart is as black as coal. No, please. Hal, what are you doing? Judgment has been passed. You will live up to your name. Black Hand. Don't move, Hal. You really think our arrows are going to do anything? Quiet, Mia. It's getting harder to focus, Ollie. There's something wrong. None of this should have happened. This isn't me. This isn't who I am. My hand. Where's my... He's in shock. The wound is cauterized, but his hand turned into coal. The Spectre's sadistic sense of humor, but not Hal's. What is it, Ollie? What was that all about? Wasn't he like one of your best friends? Despite it all, he still is. Hal gave me this ring a long time ago. He said, in case of emergency, break glass. I think the glass has just been broken. New York City. You sure you don't want a drink? It's on the house. Thanks anyway. At least the Yanks beat the Bo Sox. Hell of a game. Look, maybe it isn't time for Hal to enjoy life. Think of what he went through, what he actually did after Coast City. The one true Green Lantern lost all his marbles. Without him, it just feels like there's something missing. Like the universe is a darker place. You weren't active when it went down, John. You weren't there to see it. Hal called himself Parallax. He went on trying to rewrite history, kicking our asses when we got in his way. And then it wasn't a question of has Hal lost it. It was a question of did he ever even have it. He had it. He did die saving the planet. He used his power to reignite the sun. And now his soul is trapped inside the Spectre. God's spirit of vengeance, or whatever the thing is, ain't exactly a step forward. So why do you keep this statue up? You and Hal we never saw eye to eye. And in case you're looking at history through rose-colored lenses, neither did the both of you. But I know, if something bad happened, if something really horrible went down in my life, he would have been there to back me up. You know what he would have done if he walked into my bar tonight? He'd pick out the most beautiful woman in the place, and in minutes have her wrapped around his finger like that ring of his. You were right, John. Hal was never afraid. And maybe there is something missing. Whatever. Let's call it...
Guy, what is it?
Skin's on fire! John, get out! Hurry!
Guy.
15,000 feet above the coast of Northern California.
I don't know about this. You sure it's safe to fly over? The radiation isn't any. Still hard to imagine, though. 7 million died when Coast City was destroyed by that alien, Mongol or whatever. It was just a big crater until that Haven commune settled. It was destroyed. Then what the hell is that? What are you... Oh my God. Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, Belle Reve Prison.
Lockdown, now! There's zero brain activity, but he's still awake, babbling.
What the hell did he do to him?
That's just it. Hammond never moves. He doesn't even blink. He sits there. He thinks.
And he knows. Mr. Rayner brought us back a story from space. I'm listening for you. Sing for me, Kyle. Sing me a song of fear.
The Watchtower, headquarters of the Justice League of America.
I'm going to shut down his pain centers.
I think it'd be best if you just render him unconscious, John. No, you son of a...
Done.
What do you see, Dr. Midnight?
His body's rejecting itself. His organs are twisting around inside. His shape-shifting physiology, it's fighting with him. He's barely stable, but whatever Guide Gardner's dealing with isn't over. I think it'd be best if I bring Mr. Terrific up here for assistance.
You're sure you're all right, John? My ring caught the brunt of the explosion, Superman. And you don't know why. Guy just erupted, unleashed a massive amount of firepower. Wonder Woman, what's the situation?
The area's quarantined for now. Metamorpho hasn't been able to find traces of any explosive or toxic element. The Justice Society is here as well. And Alan Scott and Jade found something odd. Everything in the bar was destroyed, save for one statue, Batman. A statue of Hal Jordan. It's completely intact. I'm worried about this, Jenny. Hal tried his best to change the nature of the Spectre. He's tried to prove himself again and again, but they won't ever forgive him, will they? Dad, are you all right? Just a little thirsty. It's nothing to worry about.
Hey, Batman, we've got something weird on the West Coast, too. And those reports about Coast City, they weren't that far off. I mean, it's not back. But the Haven commune that was here, well, it's gone. And Coast City. Roads, street signs, stoplights, it's like a blueprint. But there's only one building. 22 Seaview. Yeah, does that mean anything? Aquaman.
It does to me, Flash.
Me too. I remember. It's his address. It's Hal Jordan's old apartment building. You don't think Hal did this, do you? Yes, Flash, I do. And you of all people shouldn't be surprised. Coast City, Guy Gardner. Could the warning signs be any clearer? I'm beginning to suspect that Hal's whole jump from Parallax to the Spectre was part of a bigger plan. He had power as Parallax, but as the Spectre, if he can tame the spirit of vengeance, he'll be close to unstoppable.
I find it unlikely Hal was searching for more power. He was searching for redemption. He's changed since his days as Parallax.
I don't think Hal Jordan ever changed, John. Hal always had an ego. He never worried when things came crashing down. He never prepared. He just flew in. Damn the consequences. We should have known back then a man like him couldn't be trusted. A man like him. Enough! What? John? No, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the disrespect Batman slings Hal's way. You've always had a thing against him, haven't you? And I finally see why. Hal is the one person in this world that didn't buy what you're selling. Hal was the man without fear. And what is the Batman when you're not afraid of him? Just a man.
Rein it in, John. As much as I hate to see it or even admit it, Hal isn't the same guy we used to know. I just saw him. He severed a man's hand. He said none of this should have happened. I don't know what he means, but... Good God, is that Mess Gardner?
This is strike 3. Face facts, John. The real Hal Jordan is back. And he's bringing the past with him.
What? Hal? Hello, Carol. It began in the center of the universe over 10 billion years ago, on the planet of Oa. A race of immortals decided to declare themselves the guardians of the universe. They forged the central power battery, fueling the rings of their intergalactic police force, the Green Lantern Corps. But there was a weakness in their plan, an impurity. And the Guardians finally learned nothing lasts forever. Find him. Find Kyle Rayner. Highway Mill, New Mexico. He's still sweating. Why hasn't anyone shown up? How can they not have seen that crash? I don't know. Maybe his ship has cloaking or something. What do you think he's got in that thing anyway? My instinct cries out. A harness for your dislocated shoulder. Sutures for your cuts in your flesh. Sketch them out in your head. Draw them over reality and make the pain go away. But I grind my teeth and swallow my blood and deal with it. I've had worse, I tell myself. Though I'm hard-pressed to remember when. My power ring. John warned me not to take it for granted and not to underestimate its limitations. It'd be so easy to just force my will into it. So easy to feel better. But I can't. I have to show them all. I saw it. I saw it because I'm the only one of them that knows fear. He just passed out again. I don't think we can wait around here. We've got to get him to a doctor. Parallax. Did you hear that? It's coming from his ring. Parallax is coming. Northern California. Hal? It's good to see you, Carol. 5 minutes ago, this Tomcat and all the others were rusty piles of junk. The concrete cracked and overgrown. Ferris aircraft was condemned. And now it's like new. It's beautiful. Did you do this? Do you remember our first time on this airstrip, Carol? Yes, of course. It was my first week on the job. A job surrounded by men, all of them intimidated by the boss's daughter, except for Hal Jordan. Someone as stunning as you deserves an arm to hang on to. How about we grab a puddle jumper and zip over to Poncho's? Watch it, Flyboy. My father doesn't take kindly to pilots flirting with his little girl. What can I say, Miss Ferris? I like to live dangerously. No, Carol. The first time. The time we never talk about. Dad gave me his jacket to hold on to. He always said you could read a man's integrity by the way he wore his jacket. He had it high on his shoulders, close to his neck, but open, ready to offer it to anyone who needed it more than him. I hoped one day it would be mine. I wished for it. My dad's flying that plane. My dad owns that plane. We own all of them, right, Daddy?
Yes, honey. Having some problems here, Ferris. Oil's getting eaten up quick. I think the last of the torque pins just failed. I thought this was sent to eye-level repair. It was. I need to bring it in, away from the crowd. There's no external leakage. The investors are watching. That's $15 million in our last 6 years of development you have in the air. Keep it flying, Jordan.
Dad. Your worst fear happens in front of your eyes. There's nothing left to be afraid of. I swore I'd never let go of this jacket, and that I'd always wear it right. We've never really talked about your father, not even when we were together, but it was always there, the big elephant in the room.
More like a T-Rex.
That's why my dad tried to keep you in the simulators, on the ground. He didn't want another death on his conscience.
Your father was a good man, Carol. It tore him up inside. I know that now.
Martin Jordan died a hero. He saved all of our lives, just like you did.
The day my father died, I learned about sacrifice, and I learned that sometimes you can't trust those in charge. Sometimes you have to question authority. And that's what I have to do now. Everything I've done these last few years, I'm not proud of it, Carol. I hate it. But something happened, and it goes beyond this nonsense with the Spectre. Something's been clouding my judgment, making me doubt the world and myself, making me afraid of my own actions, my own willpower. And that is not me. I need to find a way back.
Back? Back to where?
Back to who I was.
The Watchtower.
Used to wonder how something so damn small could be so damn powerful. Then I got to know the man who wore it. Back in the day, Hal could have saved the world with a book of matches. Though there was this time when he was trapped in a cave of gold on Jupiter's moon, another when he was blinded by mustard. They don't still have that problem with yellow anymore, do they?
Not since the original central battery was destroyed. When did he give you the ring?
Years ago, on the road. Though I doubt the Guardians would have approved. Testy little elves. And for being the oldest living beings in the universe, they're a tad on the naive side.
When you're watching everything from this high up, you're going to miss the details. It's why I've never liked being based up here. I feel too far removed from what's important. I could charge the ring for you.
I don't want to use it, John. Hell, I'm not even sure I can. I held on to Hal's ring once before, and I could barely get it to glow.
You won't have to use it. Batman's wrong this time. It happens.
I know, John.
I've got him. The Spectre is at a Ferris aircraft, 25 miles outside of Coast City.
You're certain, Zatanna?
Hal Jordan's soul has been grafted onto one of the most powerful mystical forces in existence. It's hard not to feel his presence when he's walking the earth. Even Blue Devil could find him right now.
Keep your eyes on Guy Gardner, John. We're going to talk to Hal, and I'm hoping that will be enough.
Hoping is what you do best, Clark. And before you tear into me again, Stewart, that was meant as a compliment. It might be better if you stay with Manhunter and Dr. Midnight Queen. I'm not a nurse. And if things go bad for us down there, who leads everyone else in? Who else knows Hal as well as we do? I'm just trying to prepare for the worst. And that's what you do best, Bats. That's what you do best.
New York, headquarters of the Justice Society of America.
I need to talk to Mr. Terrific.
You need to rest, Dad. Your fever's getting worse.
Terrific.
I'm going to assist Dr. Midnight, though I'm not sure how much I can actually help him. As soon as we have a clue to what's wrong with Gardner, we'll be back.
Keep an eye on them, Terrific. I'm only connected to the Green Lantern Corps by name. My ring is based on magic, not science, but I still feel a sense of responsibility to them and the Spectre.
I understand, Alan. Dr. Fate and the others are on standby. Now, get some sleep. He seems pretty eager to stand up for Jordan, Flash, despite the madness he's inflicted on the JSA.
How would you feel, Terrific, if the man who shared your name turned into a killer?
Hal, I'm married. I love my husband, and I'm happy with the life we have.
I know, and I'm glad. Marriage. It was never even an option in my head.
But if anyone could have made me settle down, it would have been you. You're cold. Am I?
Jordan, what are you doing?
Talking to a friend. What's wrong? Do you need help, Batman? We need to ask you some questions, Hal. An hour ago, every road, street sign, and your apartment building reappeared where Coast City used to be. Guy Gardner suffered some kind of metahuman hemorrhage. He exploded, taking part of a city block with him. Guy, is he all right? What did you do to him, Hal? What did you do to Coast City? I fixed this airfield for Carol, Wally. But that's all I did today.
Back to fixing things, Jordan. Batman, shut up. John, Guy was right. I'm just a good soldier, but it's time to stand out again. It's time to voice my opinion. Loud and clear.
John, what are you doing? Stop this, now.
Even the strongest of structures have their weak points, Superman.
Superman! Hal, what's going on?
I've got to stop John. What the hell is he? We are the Spectre, and this fight is not ours. Vengeance calls. Victims cry out for justice. Let go of me. The Spectre is needed elsewhere. Let go.
Hal. Parallax is coming. Parallax is coming. The Watchtower. You're right, Midnight. His organs seem to be rebuilding themselves. His human DNA is winning out. Strange. I am having trouble making contact. At the least he looks better. He's... Yow! The ring. It's hot. It is duplicating itself. What did you... Nothing, John. Parallax is coming.
Oh, yeah.
Guy, your thoughts, confidence, arrogance, and fear. Are you all right?
You know what they say, Johnny boy? Beware my power.
Highway Mill, New Mexico. Parallax is coming. Parallax is coming. What does that mean? Why won't that ring shut up? It's a warning. It has a name. You keep saying that. What does? What has a name? The weakness, the impurity. What the hell is that? A friend. Thanks for all your help, but you need to get out of here, guys. Now. But go. At least he used to be. Kilowog was one of the strongest members of the Green Lantern Corps. He put rookies through hell and back. He trained them to perfection.
Come on, you poozer. Let's make this easy. Use the ring, Kyle.
No. He trained Hal Jordan.
I said use it.
Don't give up, Kyle. Don't be weak. The coffin. It's open. Exposed. I have to...
Green Lantern of Sector 47. Kilowog of Boulevard Vic. You will lower your ring, and you will cease your actions immediately. The soul of Hal Jordan may reside within the Spectre, but the body of Hal Jordan is under the Guardian's protection.
Highway Mill, New Mexico. He calls himself Ganthet, the last of the Guardians of the Universe. He's been the only one watching over the legacy of the Green Lantern Corps since he gave me the ring. He's old, like beginning of time, Big Bang Theory old. But don't let the red robe fool you. Ganthet could crack the planet in half with a thought. I've never seen him angry before. I've never seen the Guardian emote much of any emotion. Do not ignore my request, Kilowog. Lower your ring. Until I came back from Sector 3599, and I confronted him about Parallax.
What was yours, Guardian, is mine.
My core, My fellow guardians, my purpose, I shall relinquish nothing. The air gets hot. The wind stops. Silence. Until Kilowog's chest expands. A breath of air exits his nostrils like some hungry wild beast. Shrapnel flies through the air. I'm forced to use the ring. An electrical charge shoots through my arm and into my heart. It's reaching into my soul again. I fight it off, but it communicates visions to me, trying to chip away at my will. Ugh! I can see Guy Gardner, the man who was once tapped to be Hal Jordan's replacement as Green Lantern if he was ever unable to perform his duties. A man capable of overcoming fear. A voice hisses in my ear. He's mine. Get out! Another image claws itself through the ring and into my brain. John Stewart, an architect from Detroit, wanting not just to save lives, but make a difference in them. When Guy was out of commission, John was chosen as the next alternate for Hal Jordan. Batman, The Flash, even Wonder Woman and Superman. Damn it, Jordan. You better be worth this. John's raw willpower burns them. I've lost him too. No, John! What's wrong with... Where have you brought me, Spectre? Why? What is this?
I heard her giggling, Mr. Jordan. What did I tell you about bringing girls in late at night? I won't have any of that going on in my building.
It was the television, Mrs. Broom. Scout's honor.
Honestly, all of you airmen are the same.
Who did all of this? Who brought it all back?
You did, Jordan. We did.
There were 2 hikers. That helped me.
I have returned the Earthmen to their dwellings. They are in no danger. Hal Jordan's body seems to be unharmed. The residual energy he held as Parallax preserved it as I believed it might.
In the center of the sun, the ship you gave me, barely held together.
The proper preparations have taken place on Oa.
I need to get to the League. I need to tell them what happened to Hal.
The ring.
I can't.
Fear. It cannot sneak up on one who knows it. Your flaw has spared you the fate of the others.
But Kilowog, John, and Guy, it's already gotten them.
Understood. Protect Hal Jordan's body, his soul. We may yet save it, and the universe itself.
You better hope.
Hope is meaningless against fear, Green Lantern of Sector 2814. Willpower is our only weapon.
The Watchtower. My God. The place is trashed. Teleportation units gone. I'm stuck here. Stuck to... John! Still breathing. So are Dr. Midnight and Mr. Terrific. Metal is hot, cut through like butter. The signs of a power ring. What happened? What did... Green Arrow. Hal's best friend. As much as I respect him, he's not the first person I wanted to see. Guy Gardner happened, kid. Where have you been? They've been trying to get you on the horn all... Hal? Is that Hal? What the hell is going on? I think you better sit down, Oliver. Parallax, you're not me. Not anymore.
Correct. I am a part of you, Jordan. I will fulfill your greatest desires, and you will stop fighting against this union once and for all. I can give it all back. Coast City, your core, even Carol.
Carol, I have to get back to...
She is fine, for the moment. Vengeance! We must deliver...
Spectre!
The spirit of vengeance must not Fail! Spirit of vengeance, you are nothing to me but a host, as Hal Jordan is to you. You will be destroyed. No, I believe that's everyone else. You must see the truth, Hal Jordan. You must help me fight it.
The truth?
The truth about Parallax. The truth about yourself.
Slow down. What are you talking about, Kyle? The power that flows through our rings? It's not just light, Oliver. The central battery the Guardians made. It collects willpower from every living being in the universe. Raw, emotional willpower converted into energy, amplified by our own 1,000,000 times over. There's an emotional electromagnetic spectrum out there that can be harnessed and used. Green willpower is the most pure. What does this have to do with Hal? Everything that's happened on Earth these last few months, I felt like I didn't belong here anymore. I went back to the stars. And I found something on the edge of the universe. On the 10th planet from the sun Parallax, the beings that lived there, they were gripped with fear when they saw my ring. One of their oldest, he was telling everyone the universe was about to end at the hands of Parallax. I thought he was talking about the first time we fought Hal together, but they told me this tale, a story about a creature that was born at the beginning of sentience, a yellow entity that was made of living fear. It created terror into anything it came in contact with, caused entire civilizations to destroy themselves out of paranoia. Their fear was eaten by this creature, and that creature was called Parallax. What? What the hell are you? Please, Oliver. I've traveled light years to get back here. Let me finish. Parallax threatened to consume the entire universe. It wanted to infect every living creature with fear. And fear leads to violence. Violence leads to fear. Like an endless loop of death and destruction that would keep feeding Parallax. They said the Guardians knew Parallax had to be stopped. But when they forged the central power battery on Oa, they gathered willpower as Parallax gathered fear. The opposite energies couldn't destroy one another. But Parallax was imprisoned. Put into a comatose state the Guardians believed it couldn't awake from. Over the millennia, Parallax became known simply as the Yellow Impurity. His legend was purposely forgotten so no one would ever try to free it. That's why the rings had a problem with the color yellow. Parallax weakened its power over the corresponding spectrum, and only someone capable of overcoming great fear could master the power ring. For billions of years, Parallax was basically dead, and the Green Lantern Corps thrived. Until one day, somehow, Parallax woke up. It was weak, hungry. The power rings are a conduit to the main power battery. To tap into its AI, Parallax looked through the entire core, searching for a strong host to influence, someone who could help it escape. Parallax found Hal Jordan. Ganthet thinks its tendrils leaked through his ring, trying to take hold, trying to weaken Hal's willpower and his confidence in himself, trying to make Hal Jordan afraid. After all, what happens when you're struck by overwhelming fear? The streaks of white hair were the first sign. Jordan probably wondered why he went gray so early. I doubt he gave it much thought. Months later, Mongol helped destroy Coast City. Everyone Jordan grew up with, everyone he protected all those years, was dead. It was more than enough for Parallax to get a real foothold in his psyche, playing off Jordan's feelings of rage, sorrow, and vengeance. It warped his sense of right and wrong, and it changed him forever. It changed Hal Jordan. Parallax made Jordan afraid of what might happen tomorrow. Jordan tried to recreate Coast City and was reprimanded by the Guardians. He was threatened, told he may be stripped of his power because he used it for personal gain. So he did what anyone desperate and terrified would do. He fought back. And the truth is, I don't entirely blame him. Parallax influenced him, luring him back to Oa. Along the way, Jordan faced off against his fellow Corps members. And on Oa, the Guardians pulled a desperate move of their own. They freed the only other renegade, Sinestro, from the power battery. He'd been imprisoned there months earlier. I'm not sure what the hell the Guardians were thinking, that they'd use this lunatic to stop Hal and then put him back in the battery, or that one Corps member who went renegade could stop another. Whatever they thought, they were wrong. Jordan broke Sinestro's neck. Then he destroyed the central battery, taking all of the power for himself, and without even knowing it, Jordan freed Parallax. The cosmic parasite grafted itself onto Jordan's soul, and the Parallax we know was born. It's been there ever since, corrupting how he thinks, how he acts. Even when Jordan relit the sun and sacrificed his life to save Earth, it was just a momentary glimpse of the real man shining through. John and I always wondered why my ring never had a problem with yellow. I never dreamed it was anything, never thought it mattered, but it worked because Parallax was free. The yellow impurity is still linked to his soul. It's a part of the Spectre now. Yeah, evil finally escaped Jordan's sight. It hid inside him.
That's not possible.
The impurity.
Your feelings of being someone other than yourself were correct, Hal Jordan, and you still serve as a host for Parallax.
No, I am Parallax. If I would have known otherwise. I would have had the power to stop myself from...
You may have been the greatest of the Green Lanterns, but even you, Hal Jordan, are not invulnerable.
Sure, I mean like father, like son, right?
Shut up!
I did not allow your soul to be drawn to me without reason. I hoped by binding to your infected being that I would have the ability to burn out this Parallax like a disease, to cast vengeance upon it for all of the death and fear it spread throughout God's universe, and to free your soul.
But I'm too powerful for even you, Spectre. You're mine, my puppet, and you, human. You are dead, Hal Jordan. Parallax lives.
He's been staring at the body for almost 2 minutes. I know it's a lot to take in. Don't touch me, kid. Just give me another second to process all of this. The damn Guardians put Parallax in the power battery. Why didn't they? They were destroyed before they even knew what happened. And Ganthet, when I went to Oa to confront him about this, he thought Parallax purged him of his memories when he was freed. That's crap. You can't trust these Guardians. Right now, we don't have a choice. Ganthet sent me to retrieve Hal's body from the sun. Hal, his reputation, his life, his very soul, it was all taken away. The mask hides any tears. That's why John took his off. I understand what you're saying for the most part, but what are we supposed to do now? How can we help him? I'm not sure. I just know. I know we have to before the power of the Spectre is corrupted like Jordan's. Why did this impurity? Why did Parallax strike Hal out of the thousands of core members? And if this monster was sleeping, who the hell would...
Who woke it up? Who could? Who could? Who else?
Watchtower, headquarters of the Justice League of America. It all makes sense, no matter how bad I don't want it to. Sinestro. Before Hal Jordan, he was called the greatest of the Green Lanterns. Until he propped himself up as the ultimate authority of his sector, he was stripped of his ring and discharged from the Corps. Jordan helped the Guardians do it, so Sinestro found a different ring and a new purpose: annihilate the Green Lanterns. Guy talks trash about every one of Jordan's old enemies, always saying how candy-ass Sonar is, counting the number of times he's made Dr. Polaris cry, and it's a lot. But Sinestro? Guy never mentions Sinestro.
Kyle Rayner.
His voice is alien, cold and hollow, and his eyes, it's like trying to stare into the sun.
You should have let it burn
out. You're dead, Sinestro.
You'd be amazed at the constructs Parallax is capable of. I tortured Jordan with many of them. My death at his hands was the final stage of his susceptibility to the impurity. It broke his will. It allowed Parallax to leech onto his soul. I was the renegade. But after all Hal Jordan has done, who's the renegade now?
Green Arrow, the fool's friend.
Sinestro, the egghead egomaniac. I like your mustache. Thinking about trimming mine. Who's your barber?
You wear his color, the color of willpower. I despise it.
Ah! I hear Ollie's ribs crack like wood on a fire. The skin blackens under the ring. It's still there. Ugh! I can barely hold this together, Ollie. Parallax is infecting the rings. Kyle, don't let him get near Hal.
I never fathomed that the impurity was alive, that my Guardian ring was tapping into sentient fear, until the Guardians imprisoned me inside the power battery. I saw it, and with the ring, I spoke to it. Now I command fear. I bleed fear. What do you bleed?
Coast City. Spectre, your cries for vengeance against me fade, and Hal Jordan's soul no longer poses a threat. Keeping him content no longer concerns me. The charades are over. He is just like all of the other beings in this universe. His psyche may be stronger, but it is only food. It is only emotion.
Emotions are more powerful than you could possibly imagine, Parallax. A creature such as yourself should know that.
Guardian.
Kilowog is free from your influence. Even the power of the Spectre is dwarfed by the Guardians. The memories you stole from me are mine again. Your reprieve from Oa nears its end.
Lies! You forgot nothing. You allowed for this to happen. Without chaos, without evil in the universe, you have no reason to exist. Hey, Runt! Looks like you got us into another fine mess, huh? I was always surprised the Munchkins survived as long as they did, anyway. Shut up and burn him, Guy. Burn Ganthet and anyone that tells us what to do.
You put fear into my points of light. Let them be free of your filth.
Ugh! What the hell was that? And what the hell am I wearing? Your uniform, Guy. You saw it, didn't you? Parallax, creeping inside my heart like a slug, making me... Oh, I hurt John and the others. I know what it is, John. I know what happened to Jordan. So do I. Kilowog. Not so loud, Gardner. Head's ringing as it is.
You have made many an enemy in Sector 2814. They gather.
You think I cannot handle 3 of your core members, Guardian?
I speak not of my appointed representatives, Parallax. I speak of them.
I've never felt this before. Every time Sinestro strikes, my body rots from the inside out. My blood turns to poison. John tried to explain it to me more than once, what it felt like to have a yellow weakness. A crack in the armor, he said, and Guy swore it was good for the pain threshold. I used to laugh at it. Yellow. What could that do?
The ring was never meant for an alley rat like you. But you know that, don't you, Kyle? You were never supposed to be a Green Lantern.
I'm still a Green Lantern. Arrows aren't gonna do much, but this might. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those crap. How the hell the rest of it?
Don't think I can't hear you, Green Arrow. You're wasting your time.
Leave the kid alone.
Your will is cynical. It is useless to the ring.
You drove Hal mad. You put the parasite inside him.
Had he not interfered in my sector, I would never have crossed over into his. I am called Kolagar's greatest villain by my own people. That is my place in history. Now, on your homeworld, the very memory of Hal Jordan is spit on by its heroes. He shares my pain. Even you betrayed him with your bow. He has no one left that believes in him. No one to help him.
Yes, he does.
Is that all you have, Earthman? Is that all your pitiful will can accomplish?
Move it, Ollie! I owe you one. Consider us even. I don't know if I could have used this thing again. Feels like I haven't slept in days. Hard to think. I'm exhausted. Forcing your willpower into the ring, asking it to give your thoughts life, is that what it's like? Every time. Damn.
Fear me.
Dr. Fate and Zatanna are having no luck with their magics. He's preventing them from casting. They're afraid. Everyone seems to be holding back.
I feel it too. Hal's doing something to us. I warned them. John, Wonder Woman, get my heads back on straight, Batman. I'm in control again, but I don't know if it's wise to use our rings.
Why are we crawling to him? We don't need
Gardner. We have to get Jordan out of there. Out of where?
Don't do this again, Hal. Please.
Ah, the statesman. I tried to take you too, but your power differs from ours. Nevertheless, your heart will be mine.
No. I'm not finished. I'm not through. Damn it, Spectre. Fight! You want to help me? Fight it! What's happening? Dad? I'm not sure. Parallax.
chose the wrong soul to corrupt.
Spectre! Only vengeance. Help me!
What? What is it? Fear itself, Supergirl.
Freaking ugly is what it is.
We did it! Together! Now! Destroy! Destroy Parallax!
Do not order me. I am not your ring. I am the Spectre, and I have interfered enough. Your soul is free of the disease. A man will soon be murdered. A new host will be born. I will be needed elsewhere. He calls me home, as he calls to you. Yours is finally free and ready to move on. I am coming, my lord.
Spectre! Wait!
Without Jordan's soul, without the spirit of vengeance, I have no hands holding me in place. You said the Spectre was nothing compared to your power, Guardian, and Parallax still lives in you.
Hal! Hal, what is it? A tunnel. A light. It's pulling me in, John. Just as it took the Spectre. Without him,
Did we just get ditched by the Spectre?
Hal Jordan, follow my light.
Not again. I won't. Hal. Aben, you took control of Sector 2814 after my death. The ring chose you for a purpose. You will overcome great fear. Son. Dad. You wear it right, son. Now fly home.
Beg for your lives, and I will end them quickly.
I wake up from a dream, and I call to it. It comes as it always did, my weapon. My power ring. My thoughts and emotions shift. My body aches. My soul does not. I'm finally thinking clearly. I'm finally thinking like me. There's no more cries for vengeance. No more fear. But plenty of damn will. Will to stand up. Will to fight. And will to live. Sinestro! Get the hell away from them. The Watchtower, headquarters of the Justice League of America. Jordan? The uniform fits. The ring fits better. Always did. A circle of never-ending light. Symbol of renewed life. It's no mistake they were chosen to represent the power of the Green Lantern Corps. I told you, Sinestro. Get the hell away from them. When I was first recruited, I was told, do not challenge those more powerful than you. Funny stuff. Damn. That felt good. He's lecturing me like always, but I can't hear him. Sinestro isn't close enough for my ring to translate. Not yet. Ring, power check. Power level at 99.4%. I don't hear any voices. Nothing inside screaming, you cannot do this, or telling me to go and find myself. No more soul-searching road trips. I'm Hal Jordan. Man. Pilot. Green Lantern. My tendons tighten across my fists. Every nerve in my forearm lights up as the ring pulsates. I clear my head and concentrate. My emerald girl is waiting for me, throttling like an F-16.
You took the oath too seriously.
You abandoned it. I strap in and let her fly. The stars seem so big again, space all-encompassing. I prep the ring. Get ready for another spin.
The oath abandoned me. You all did. When you ripped Koragal from my hands, you left it in chaos, under the care of a naive child. Katmatui could not replace me. No one can replace me. Koragal's true protector will have his justice.
Ugh! Justice? You wanted vengeance against me and the Corps. I don't believe in vengeance.
But you did. You were vengeance. Pure vengeance. And you are a murderer.
Sinestro wants complete control over everything and everybody. And what Sinestro can't control,
I made you a murderer, Hal Jordan.
He destroys. It was his mission from the very beginning. Ferris wants this one precise, Jordan. We're about robust trajectory tracking today, not split S maneuvers. I was just loosening up. Data feed begins now. Copy that, Tower. Hey, I've got something at 12 o'clock. Thought I was alone up here. Nothing on our screen. Are you sure? Jordan. Come in, Jordan.
Green Lantern of Sector 2814. You are wasting time.
What are you doing? Who the hell are you?
I am Sinestro, Green Lantern of Sector 1417.
Is that supposed to impress me?
Ring.
Sector 1417, the most orderly sector in all the universe.
And I am the greatest Green Lantern. The Guardians have deemed you worthy enough to continue your training with me. Only a select few have been as honored. Stel, Arcus, Chumek, Kento.
And who's going to shell out the $20 million for that jet? I don't see any pockets.
Your terrestrial affairs should be of little concern, Earthman. You are in the presence of a veteran. Never question a superior officer. Never challenge those more powerful than you.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. It never did. But whatever Parallax pushed me to do, it was still my hand that did it. He got me from the inside. I was cocky, overconfident, should have been able to fight it off. I'm stronger than the impurity. I have to be. I will be.
Your mind is like a muscle unused for years. You forgot how to use the power ring. I can see it, Jordan. You're sweating, working too hard. You're working too slow. I've contacted Parallax. I influence it as I influenced you. It will consume your homeworld, Jordan. You will fail your sector. And then I'll finish with Kyle Rayner. I'll kill the alley rat.
Kyle held the torch when no one else did, when no one else could.
Rayner is a fool. I will slice the creature's chest open and rip out his useless heart.
No, you will respect him. Damn right. Green Arrow says hi.
No!
I crush Sinestro's wrist, keep the pressure on. Pain keeps his willpower off balance. Usually.
Jordan!
Sinestro! His ring cracks, reality bends. I push harder. It finally shatters.
Jordan, welcome back.
His power, just dying embers floating back into the spectrum. Is he dead? Ring. Negative. The weapon's molecular structure split upon destruction, resulting in a dimensional tear favoring the source material. Residual energy signature confirms a 1963. A what? What's a 1963? Suspect escaped into an extra-dimensional vortex, the antimatter universe. It's where he was first banished, where his ring was forged. Tracking him now will be impossible, let alone accessing entry. The bastard's still laughing. Can't worry about that. We're not done. But first, let's do this right. Hal Jordan. Kyle Rayner. Thanks. I only wanted to help. Which is why the ring picked you. Parallax is loose on Earth, but Oliver is alive. Martian Manhunter and the others are awake. Made sure they were okay, then I followed your trail. Come on then, Kyle. Duty calls. Wait. You already know, I'm not like the other Lanterns, Jordan. I'm not a guy that can overcome great fear or whatever. Fighting from one end of the universe to the other. Risking your life to help someone who everyone else wrote off. Facing Sinestro one-on-one and living to talk about it. What do you think you've been doing, Kyle? Hiding under your drawing board? Coast City.
It is over, Guardian. Your power is mine. Fear will spread through your precious sectors. My light. My color. I'm ever so hungry. Hungry for you, victims of fear. And yet, I sense a worshipper, a disciple.
Was that inside Hal? It's infected, Ganthet. And our rings. We're out of tricks. I'm sure we've got a few others up our sleeves, Kilowog. Polish off your rings and stand together. Hal. Kyle. Jordan, how the hell did... I'll explain later, Gardner. First, we take out your frustrations on Parallax. Light them up. Then listen for fear. Remember fear. Remember fear and you can shake off Parallax. Remember fear? What kind of new science crap is that? He's right, Guy. It's how I skated through. What's the plan? We'll figure it out on the way up. Jordan, as long as I'm standing, you're not doing anything. Coast City. Batman believes in everything I don't. I want an explanation, Jordan. Darkness and fear. I live off other things. Figure it out. Light and courage. What the hell's it doing?
It's infecting everyone but us. Riots are breaking out in Los Angeles. Panicked cops are trigger-happy in Star City. Images are flickering in front of my eyes like a subliminal slideshow. Jordan, we're not done. Ugh. Right now, we are. Let's go, Lanterns. Did you see that? One punch. You know, Hal, I've always liked you. Shut up, guy. Batman, arrogant as ever. We need to regroup and take on Parallax ourselves. Hal knows what he's doing. Let the Corps handle this one. We can't just rush in without a plan, Hal. I'll have one by the time we get there. But do you trust me, John? Yeah, I do.
Ganthet said preparations were made on Oa for Parallax, but he didn't say what that meant.
I can guess. Our rings all have a connection to the central power battery. It's how we tap into the AI, and how Parallax got to me in the first place. We open that connection. We send him back into the battery. It's gonna be like putting a tornado in a beer bottle. Don't sound so hard. Just give us the word, Hal.
I'll spit on your souls.
Now would be good. Got it. John's constructs are built from the inside out. You look close. You can see every nut and bolt that makes it work. Nothing he creates is hollow, with or without the ring. Yeehaw, sucker. Gardner's ring is like a leaky water faucet. Sparks always fly, even when he's just standing still. His willpower can't wait to get free. All the way, ring. He opens it up, and attitude disappears in a storm of emerald energy. Kilowog steps up to bat. His ring is the only one that makes a sound, like a cannon exploding. A green light fades into the air around Parallax. Kyle's sketching in his head. It sharpens into view, constantly being refined by his own imagination. Kyle's never satisfied. He's an artist. Time to join in. For me, it's about precision, doing exactly what I need to get the job done. Concentrated power, focused ambition, tangible glory. In brightest day. In blackest night. No evil shall escape our sight. That those who worship evil's might beware our power. Green lanterns light. The air freezes around us. The vacuum of space opens up. I can feel the rings create a pathway to the center of the universe.
I will not be imprisoned again. Not by you.
Guy burns from the inside out. John goes blind. Kyle deaf. Even Kilowog falls.
Give up. You failed once. You will fail again. Lay down and die. You're weak. You're scared. Give up now. Give up. I give up, damn you.
I don't know how. Come on, guys. Hold the line. That all you got, Parallax? Enjoy the ride home, pal. I did. Brothers and sisters, it is time. Ganthet, it is time. Ganthet, can you hear me? Time. Looks like he's breathing. You have all done well. Yeah, baby, that's the way the lanterns do it. Hey, Gardner, what was all that talk about how you didn't miss the ring?
I lied. Hal?
Do you expect me to believe this? That you were influenced, possessed? Is that what Parallax was? An outside force that
I don't expect you to believe anything. And quite honestly, I don't care.
So you're back.
Is that a problem?
Not right now, John. I suppose this universe needs a little more light anyway.
He's right, isn't he? Yeah, he usually is. Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, Belle Reve Prison.
Congratulations, my friends. What a wonderful tale of the human condition. I know it well. Yes, I've listened to all of them across the globe. Rage, sorrow, depression, fear. Though I never knew you had it in you, Mr. Rayner, and Captain Jordan, my precious, precious Jordan. You found your way here, and won't it be ever so delicious and exciting when they find their way back too?
Northern California. I think I understand it. I know it's hard. I can barely get my head around it myself. Do you remember anything? When you were that spirit? Kind of. But just like I was watching from the outside. How he thinks, who we talk to beyond this life, I can't recall. I'm sorry for everything you've had to go through, Carol. I survived, and I'm not going to sell. If you can rebuild your life, so can I. And Gil and I are going to do it together. First the airfield, then a family. We could use a good pilot. Appreciate the offer, but I've got other plans. Take care of yourself, Hal Jordan. You too. Funny. What? You're not so cold anymore. Star City, the home of Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. It's here somewhere. You're up and running pretty quick. Yeah, thanks to the 300 plus stitches, though my shot is still off by a millimeter or two. And that's new. I forgot you had a sense of humor. So, after all of this, what's next? Next, I start living my life. Here we go. I grabbed it after you became, well, Parallax appeared. Found it in your locker at Ferris. Your power battery. You know, I still can't remember that damn oath. I'll never forget it.